Hey, this is Michelle, and I am your motivator. In today's Michelleology, on this thrilling Thursday, I am grateful. Namaste. I bow to the divine presence in you. On this day, we are going to take it to the top on this Thursday. We're going to continue to talk about evolving out of your slavery mentality. And today, I want to kind of share with you the scripture of 1 John 4:18. There is no fear in love, but perfect love casts out all fear, because fear has torment. He that feareth is not made perfect in love. And so when we begin to talk about coming out of a slavery mentality, it is a mentality that you allow somebody to control you and take your power from you. It has nothing to do with color, but it has everything to do with consciousness. And so if we're going to evolve from that, there are some things that we have to move from. See, the opposite of love is fear. It's not hate. Because the reason people respond or react to you the way that they do has nothing to do with your color. It has to do with their level of consciousness, their level of fear. Fear is the lowest frequency that there is. Love is the highest frequency. And so it has to do with their fear. If they operate in love, fear disappear. If they operate in love, fear will disappear. And so God has not given us a spirit of fear. So if we're going to move out of our slavery mentality, we have to use the tools. God has not given us this spirit of fear. That means we picked it up somewhere else. We were conditioned by somebody else. But what he did give us are three tools: love, power, and a sound mind. So when we begin to operate in those three tools, then this is when we can meaning across, through, and beyond. We can transform from this slavery mentality, this slavery way of thinking, this conditioned way of thinking that we've been conditioned, that we were in a normal. We were never in a normal. That was a normal that somebody created over what God had created. It was not the foundation. God built the love, the foundation of the whole world on love, because it says, for God so loved. He didn't just love. He put a so in front of it, which deepened it. It's this unconditional love that no matter what you do, he says, so I still love you. There's nothing that can separate you from the love of God. I know people have told you, if you do this, then God is not a thinker in the form that we think. So where a person will let you go and not deal with you or throw you under the bus, God doesn't do that. He sets principles. And if you follow the principles, you get the blessing. If you don't follow the principles, you don't get it. Has nothing to do with his love for you. So we have to redefine this unconditional love from this fake love, this conditioned love, this normal love, where people have set standards and they've told you that's normal. But we never questioned it. We just duplicated it. That's just a minute you just sit back and say, oh my God, my soul has been hijacked. You know, when you take the responsibility that your soul has been hijacked, then you move to some greater areas. You move out of the slavery mentality. You begin to move forward. See, we've been in a fear. See, fear causes you to be a monument, not a movement. And so we've been in fear and we've been a monument. We have not been able to move to the left, to the right, forward. We've always stayed back. And so now is the time. Now, there's going to be, next week, is going to be a week of chaos. But be not afraid. God is not mocked. Whatever a man soweth, that he shall reap. So there's some things that people have sown and they're about to reap it. There's some evil things that people have sown and they're about to reap it. We always look at it as reaping the positive things, but it is a polarity. It's on the same spectrum. It's just a different frequency. And so we're about to move in the greatest frequency of God, which is unconditional love. It is the highest frequency in the universe. And so it has to be, because it comes from God. And you will see men begin to operate when I say men, I mean mankind, begin to operate in that spirit of love, begin to operate in the things of love. And so it's amazing that next week we are celebrating Dr. Martin Luther King's birthday. And it's so instrumental because he said, I have a dream that one day little white kids and little black kids and little yellow kids and all color kids will come together and be able to be as one. We're coming to the oneness. He says, I've seen the promised land. We're coming out of slavery. 2020 was 400 years. We're coming out with substance. He said, I've seen the promised land. So we're going to be able to see that because we're entering in the promised land, the land of milk and honey. So as the administration changes, now see, this is not, you got to be spiritual to get this. The administration change has nothing to do with Trump handing over the power to Biden. It has nothing to do with that. It's deeper. God is coming. He's never left his throne, but he is reestablishing his throne in America. Not the United States of America. That's a corporation. In America, the land that he left for us in the will. Thy will be done. Our inheritance we're getting is being restored. Everything, our birthrights, our nationality, before he knew us, before we were in the womb, he knew us. Knew means intimacy. He planted a seed into me, see? He planted a seed in me. Now, before we got in our mother's womb, which is interpreted as the matrix, there are some things that was in the seed. He gave us everything that we needed in the seed. That's why it says God shall supply your need according to his riches and glory. He's already supplied it in the seed. The dirt has been thrown on us. We are seeds. We push through the dirt. You know, we've cried tears. We've watered the seed. We are now coming to the forefront. That's why I say this is rapture season. Everything is being uncovered. Everything that was hid. Your vision has been restored in 2020 vision, hindsight. Now we can see clearly. Now the rain is gone. The struggle is over. Yes, people are fighting against it because fear only comes because people are afraid that once you know who you are or you come to your highest version self of you, then your power reigns. So the riots are forms of fear because they know it's about to be uncovered. And once it's uncovered, once you know a thing, you can't unknow it. I'm so emotional about this because this is the very thing that we prayed for, and we prayed to be free, but we didn't say how it was going to happen. And we're kind of like the children of Israel. We prayed that Pharaoh would let us go. And so we were happy when he let us go. But when we approached the Red Sea, where it looks like a trance wasn't going to happen, across, through, and beyond, then we began to look backwards and tried to find normal or what we were told were normal, instead of looking forward, that if God took you out of that, he can bring you through that. And so we have to have a mentality. We have to establish that. We have to get rid of that slavery mentality. This is the year of royal and riches. A slave doesn't think like royalty thinks. What you think the 6 feet apart is for? You cannot come within 6 feet of the royalty without permission. So what do you think the quarantine was for? Everybody cannot come into your space. Come on, y'all. Let's get spiritual. I told you this is not about color. It's about consciousness. So as we move forward out of this slavery mentality, you have to take those 3 tools: love, power, and a sound mind. Love, power, and a sound mind. When you start thinking negative, you always say, hold up. God didn't give me this. He gave me love, power, and a sound mind. That is going to be the force, the energy, the frequency, the vibrations that take you to the top, that moves you from the last to the first. And the giants are coming down. As you can see, a lot of people are resigning. You see a lot of people are giving up their position. A lot of people are going to jail. A lot of people, If you just look deeper, God is showing you the transition, the trance. Come on, y'all, let's go across through and then let's go beyond this. We're not coming back to normal. We're going beyond this. There is something greater on the other side. So today, in today's Michelleology, I'm just giving you some tools that you can work with, some tools that you can transform your mind. Be you transformed by the renewing. You got to renew your mind. This is a new year. So from January 1st to February 9th, it's 40 days. It's raining, R-A-I-N. Raining so we can R-E-I-G-N. And so as the transferring of the administration, oh, this is not about the presidency. This is about a spirituality. This is not a flesh fight. This is a spiritual fight. And we win. We already won. So it's a celebration time. Yes, people are dying, but they're not really dying. They're transforming to another assignment because they've completed their assignment here. I know you may not get that, but that helps us when our loved ones get their papers to go to another assignment. Yes, we miss them. Yes, we love them. Yes, we want them to be here, but we have to release them for their next assignment. And if we can look at death like that, it may ease some of the pain. Yes, you're still going to hurt because that's that human part. But when you add that spiritual part that they've gotten their papers, it's almost like graduation when your son or your daughter has finished either high school or college, and how excited you are as they walk across the stage to get that piece of paper. And you celebrate, you take pictures. That's what death is. It's graduation. It's where God is standing there and he's the dean, and he hands your loved one that paper saying, you fought a good fight. You kept the faith. Now it's time for us to be offered up to another assignment. Oh, that's refreshing for me. That's refreshing for me because there are people in my life that passed away and I miss them. But it's refreshing to me that I know they graduated to something greater. Yeah. But it's Michelle, and I am your motivator in today's Michelleology. Come on, y'all, pack your bags. We are moving out of slavery mentality. We are moving to the land of milk and honey. We're going to the promised land. And I'm not talking about physically, I'm talking about spiritually. And as you get there spiritually, all these other things will be added unto you. Well, come on, I need for you to just subscribe and like so that my next video, when it comes up, you'll be able to know and tune in. But one thing I want you to be prepared for is that if the internet goes down next week, if Facebook, if YouTube, if all the social medias go down, be not afraid. It's just an exchange in the administration. And as the administration changes, all truth will come forth. But I need for you, and I will for you, not to be afraid. Will it be a little shaking? Yes, there will be. It'll be like an earthquake in your mind, and you'll feel like you don't know what to do. But the things that are unknown, God will reveal to you. So stay encouraged. And remember, you've been created by the Creator to be creative. So start creating your creations today. Start creating your mindset. Start focusing on those good things. And stop duplicating, which is that normal space, what you normally do. I don't want you to react. I want you to respond. I want you to take time to manifest what's going on in your heart, then take it to your head, then manifest it in your space. Yes. Well, may the love, joy, peace, power, and sound-mindedness be your soul food for the day. This is our awesome opportunity to embrace our true authenticity. Have a blessed day.